You want to win this drone? Well, stick around because you're about to find out how you can. Hey everybody, I'm Bacon Ninja, and this is my less than $250 FPV freestyle budget build. It's an analog quad running some pretty nice parts, lots of high-end specs on this thing for the cost. But you see, I have a problem because I have two of them. So why do I need two of these? I have a whole wall of drones back there. I don't need two of them. That's exactly the point I'm going to make. I'm going to give this one away. So this video is the introduction on how to win this drone. What is it going to take to win this drone? Am I going to make you fight in a pit full of lions and whoever lives the longest gets the drone? I mean, that would be way cooler, but no, I'm not going to do that to you. And just the logistics of getting a bunch of lions in a dirt pit and then all the insurance waivers you'd have to have people fight over the drone. And then what happens if a lion gets stabbed? It's just a nightmare. We're not going to do that. Instead, what I have is an Google document, just like everybody else who does giveaways on YouTube, because that seems to be the way. There is a Google form in the description below. There is a link to it. All you need to do is go fill it out and submit it. And then I will draw a winner. So the drawing starts officially today, and then it goes till the 20th of December at midnight. And then I will pick a winner on the 21st. I know it is a long drawing, but this is a fairly large prize, and I just want to make sure everyone who can get in will get in to the prize pool. And you might be asking yourself, well, I don't live in the United States, Bacon. I don't live anywhere near Texas. You're not going to ship that to me. Well, actually I am. I'm putting a limit on the shipping for this, so I won't ship it anywhere that would exceed $50 United States dollars, not Australian dollars or Canadian dollars or wherever else they have dollars. Just 50 of those things, and I will ship it. So if it costs less than $50 to ship it to where you live, you are in the drawing with one minor exception. And that's the void where prohibited rule, because lawyers and legal things, and it's not worth getting sued over $250 drones. So void where prohibited. If it's prohibited in your area, you do not qualify for this drawing. And hopefully you know if it's prohibited in your area because you have this problem all the time. So assuming a drawing like this is not prohibited in your area, and it's less than $50 to send it to you, you're qualified. So in the form, it will actually ask you for your address, and it's very important that you put your address in there because that's where I'm going to ship the thing to. And if you give me a different one, if you win and it's over $50, then I'm going to have to draw somebody else. So most places should be within the budget for this, hopefully. And I felt really bad when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And the only way I could do an international giveaway is to use a gift card. And those were to United States stores. So you had to pay shipping on anything you ordered. And it's just a nightmare. So I'm setting a shipping budget. If you're international, welcome to the drawing. As long as it qualifies in your area, feel free to put an entry in. And I'm just going to warn you ahead of time that I will be validating the entries with an email to the winner. At the end, you can't email me and fake a win. None of that stuff. You can't enter twice. None of that stuff. I will know. I will check it. I will look at the data. And the winner will be picked by a random number on the 20th. I'm just going to go through and use a random number generator based on the rows in the Excel spreadsheet, and that's how it's going to be done. There's also some other questions in there that are really just for my own personal interest because, hey, I'm giving away a drone. Maybe I want to know some things about things you might want to see on the channel. So I asked a few questions in there, and then also there's a question about what HD cam you might want to fly on this thing and what angle you fly at, because I might just print you a camera holder for it as well. So yeah, that's really all this video is. If you want to win a drone, go fill out the form. And I'll pick a winner in a couple weeks, and it'll be shipped to you before Christmas. The winners will be notified via email, or winner, there's only one winner in this instance, will be notified via email, and then I will post it as a community post on my YouTube channel, and I will pin it in a comment on this video on the 21st. Don't hold me to a time because I do work for a living and it'll happen sometime during the day, but it will happen, I promise you. And if you don't get an email from me, that means you didn't win. I'm sorry. Also, you'll never get a Telegram message from me or a comment saying, hit me up on Telegram to win anything. If you see that, report it because that is spam. The only way you will ever know if I sent you something is if you get an email from me and it says it's me, and you write back, and then I write you back, and we validated each other with some information that only you would know if you filled it out. So, anyway, why am I doing this? Because the channel hit 2,000 subscribers. And why did the channel hit 2,000 subscribers? Because apparently people are crazy and they like seeing my stupid face on the internet, so they decided to continue watching this stuff. But what really makes a difference here is my patrons. Because I don't make any money from affiliate links. I don't make any money from paid sponsorships. I don't make any money from anything other than the patrons of my channel. So these people make it possible, and usually what I do is I take the time to make a really fancy Photoshop of them on top of some bacon so that I can embarrass them for their silly choice to provide for a creator like me to make sure I can do stupid things like this. But rather than do that today, I'm just going to read all of their names because I am more appreciative than ever of their support. So I'm going to read everybody's name who has ever supported my Patreon since it has been opened up, because without them, I couldn't have done any of this. Yes, the stack and the VTX did come from SpeedyBee on this, and yes, some of the other parts came from some other vendors, but I still had to spend some money and my own time and all of my own materials to do it. So without them, I couldn't have done that. So here are their names. I'm just going to read them and talk about these people a little bit. And if you feel like it's too gushy, feel free to just scroll down to that Google form and fill it out and be on your way and hope for the best. Just keep your fingers crossed. Here's the list. So this list is in no particular order, but I am going to read everybody's name and then tell you a little bit about my interactions with them and how much they've supported me. The first is Chow FPV. That guy has been around for a long time on the Patreon. I always see him in my Discord. He always has great advice about tuning and filtering. He gets really deep into that stuff. If you're ever on my Discord and you want to know something about tuning or filtering and I'm not around and maybe I don't know enough about it, because contrary to popular belief, I don't know everything in the world and nobody ever can. I'm constantly learning. But Chow is really focusing on that stuff. He does a great job. Thanks, Chow. Then we have TS13 FPV. He's been around for a long time too. He's a out-of-the-country pilot. He is not from the United States, but he still loves and supports the channel, even though he has to watch my stupid videos at night or like super early in the morning. It must be worth it somehow. Thank you so much, TS13 FPV. We've had some great conversations, and I appreciate you, buddy. And then we have Logan R. I met Logan when he needed help on a beginner FPV Facebook group, and I helped him out, and we wound up on a video call together, and the poor guy started out with one of those drone kits that you should never buy as a beginner, but you don't know any better, so you do. But he quickly learned that a Nazgul was the right way, and he bought a Nazgul, which he had terrible luck with, and eventually he got it in the air, and he was up and going, and the guy has come a long way in his FPV journey. I wish you all the best, Logan. I really do. Then we have Sweet Willie, whose real name is Sean, but I call him Sweet Willie because Sweet Willie is just way too much fun to say. But Sweet Willie has actually provided a lot of things to this channel outside of even his Patreon pledge. So he has given me the Orca goggles. He was the one who sent those to me to test. He sent me his Tiny Trainer, his own personal Tiny Trainer with batteries to test. And then he sent me the Tiny 8 Freestyle that you saw on the channel not too long ago. And he also sent me the Xair2 by Avant Quads, the 3-inch. He sent me that. Now, you haven't seen that on the channel yet, except for in a picture, but you will. And the dude has just supported me at every turn and given me the opportunity to make great content with things he just had laying around. And I can't thank him enough for that. Really, really, really great of you, Sweet Willie. You are sweet in the end, Willie. Then we have Dylan H. Dylan H is not a newcomer, but he is not one of the first ones. He's kind of somewhere in the middle there. Dylan has supported the channel for quite a while now, though, and I couldn't do it without his support. I always enjoy putting his name on the weirdest piece of bacon in my Patreon shamings. He always gets the weird one, so I hope you've noticed, Dylan. It's not a hint or anything. I just like having fun with it. Then we have Free Range Chicken RC, whose name I get wrong every time I say them in a patron shout. I say Free Range Chicken FPV, but that's not his name. And I wonder if he's ever noticed. And if he hasn't noticed, now he knows. So I hope you go back and check how many times I've done that, because it's nearly every time, buddy. Then we have Crash and Burn FPV, who I see a lot in the comments down below. We have a ton of conversations. Always very insightful, always very engaging, very supportive on the Patreon. I appreciate you, Crash and Burn. Then we move on to Ohm, who is a relative newcomer to the Patreon. And I just have to say, I love Ohm's name. It's so simple. It's just OHM. I don't know if it stands for anything. If it does, let me know. But I've noticed your icon is an Ohm symbol. So I'm guessing it's just Ohms. But that is an ingenious name. Very simple, easy to remember. Great job, man. Then we have Radbeard FPV, who I've had a lot of conversations in Patreon messages with because he always has a lot of insight on things. He has a cool take on the world. I like his life advice. And we have some interesting conversations, a lot about the Darwin 129, actually. He's got one of those, so we've talked about that quite a bit. Thank you, Radbeard. Then we move on to Dr. Maka, who is a relative newcomer to the scene on the Patreon page. But I still couldn't do it without your support. I know you haven't been around since the beginning, but that doesn't matter. The support is just as important to me. I'm incredibly thankful for you. Thank you so much. And then we have Romeo K. He is the newest newcomer to the Patreon, and I believe he was interested in my VR video where I flew a tiny whoop using HDZero with my Oculus goggles, which was an interesting video, even though I had COVID. But yeah, that guy had some really engaging comments, and he felt like supporting me, and I appreciate that so much. I still can't believe that people like this want to support this channel. I don't know what it is that draws you here. Maybe it's the free quad. In this case, it probably is just the free quad. But that's okay. I'm not going to knock you for it. I'd want a free quad too if I could get one. But you all have been incredibly supportive. The channel has exceeded 2,000 subscribers, and in fact, since it exceeded that at the end of last week, it's already up to 2,100. So I don't know where it's going to go. I never saw this happening. I never saw myself as a YouTuber. I just really like making these videos and sitting down and learning myself. Every time I make a video, I learn something, and that is a tremendous thing. I love to learn. I have my entire life, and you guys allow me to do that without having to take corporate sponsorships or put out affiliate links where I encourage you to buy things, because that's not the kind of opinions I want to give you. I want to tell you what I like and what's good about it. I want to tell you what I don't like, what's bad about it. And then you can make your own decisions because you're your own people, and I'm not going to lead you down a road that you don't want to be led down. That's not my job here on this YouTube channel. So I hope you keep watching. I hope you enjoy it. I wish you luck with winning this drone. Go down and fill that Google Docs form out. I will announce a winner on the 21st at some point. It will happen, though. Don't you worry. It will happen on the 21st. But until next time, stay greasy. I'll catch you later. Don't cry, drone. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be sad. It's just a new home. I know you've loved it here, but you're going to go home with someone else. That's just the way it has to be. You see, I already have your brother here, and I don't get to send you like you deserve. So let's find somebody to send you. Let's give you away.